Yo, my sovereigns, what up? This is Boba Fett, uncensored on the internet, with episode 137 of Splinterlands 101. Joining us once again, finest gentleman who ever lived, Matt Clark.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
The man behind the Pouffet Poussey, Geotrix.
Hey guys, how are we this morning and afternoon or night time for Bob?
Evening, yeah. 6:22 here, 10:22 there, and Matt, 9:52?
9:52 in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Beautiful, sunny morning, just about spring. It's lovely. I got some blossoms on my plumcot tree out the backyard.
Yeah, it's lovely. Hay fever. Me sneezing all the time, feeling ticklish in the nose. Gotta love it.
Yeah. And autumn coming up here soon.
Speaking of tickling the nose, I've got the moustache, but not the beard.
Yeah, dirty stash.
We did a book week yesterday. I was Geppetto to my Fletcher's Pinocchio. So I shared the pics in our Discord, Bob. If you want to just throw them up here. Good time was had by all, and we won the prize for the best outfit costume.
Best dress.
Which channel did you share it in, Matt?
Just in general.
Okay.
Australia.
Yeah, just in our server. So that went well. That was good. Good fun time was had by all. There's some a few obscure anime characters getting around. Tanjiro Kamado and his sister Nezuko from Demon Slayer were particularly good. They lit up when I recognized them and called them by their name. They were like, "Oh yeah, cool, somebody gets it," because my kids are into obscure anime. There we go. So there's me with my stash. There was a bit of white chalk in there just to whiten
actually
it up
look just like him. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
because there's so many versions of Pinocchio out there, but the one I've seen, you could go cosplay, Matt, for sure. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, and it went really well. It was very, very popular, and there's a parade where everybody walks around the basketball court. Everyone walks around and sort of display. So I was out there with him, holding the wooden toggles over his head while he's sort of walking around like a real boy. So yeah, it was good fun. But that's the moustache. Yeah, I haven't. I'll shave it off. I don't like the mo without the beard, but here we are.
Yeah. I guess lucky for you too that in Adelaide people still dress like that with the shoes and the socks, and at least you didn't have to go looking for something. Yeah.
No, that's right. And pulling the outfit together by candlelight of an evening, sewing till my fingers bled.
Yeah.
No,
that's really, really good. That's really, really
cheers.
good. Yeah. All right. And before we started recording, we're touching on the adjustment, the compromise with the Hive proposal, and the new one. Apparently, a couple of big hive whales jumped on board, supported the proposal, and we have a green light through to 2025. Into 2025.
Yeah, it's a bit great. So the remainder hopefully will stay above. I don't know if it's only been recent. There's always a chance that a big whale will come out of hibernation and see what's going on, decide he doesn't like it. But it's looking pretty positive, and those payments are coming in every hour now. And Yabba's very careful with money, so we can expect that they'll be used sparingly and well and efficiently. Those new funds coming in. So. Yeah, it's good, and it's great from the Hive side of things. They're not feeling like they're being used. The Splinterlands guys aren't feeling like they're not being appreciated. I feel like it's the beginning of a new era of cooperation between the chain and the main app on it, the main DApp on it. So yeah, so it's good, and the SPS prices reflected that. That started to come up nice. That sort of hit I think it's around the sort of where it was a couple of months ago.
7.5. Or point.
Yeah, so
0.7.5 of a cent.
Be good to see an even 1 cent before too long, maybe a month or so. It doesn't take long for things to recover. Brave Tofu bought 10 million SPS the other day.
Wow.
And so when the price is low, it doesn't take a lot to buy all the cheap ones off the market. And then as long as there's a reason to hope, I think we're down in that sort of level of just hopeless despair. But if there's any reason to hope, you can pick up so many SPS for your dollar. It seems like a mistake not to do that. So And I'm sure as the years go by, I'll regret not moving a whole big fistful of fiat in at the bottom. But it's all about cooling the bottom, isn't it?
Well, that's what I did at 22 cents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's call the bottom. It can't get much lower than this, and now it's 3/4 of 1 cent, and we're happy about it that it's 3/4 of 1 cent. It's funny, isn't it? So yeah, the Chaos Legion Gold Epics are moving up as people have worked out that they're a really good bang for your buck on land. And even if it's not maxed out, then so be it. You still, you don't have to pay the 10,000 DEC. You have to pay less than that, or stake less than that to get them working. So there's a lot of benefits to Gold Foil Chaos Legion Epics. They're the sweet spot. They're the best bang for your buck on land at the moment. But people are buying them up. So it won't be long before rares or legendaries work out better on paper, and they'll start getting bought up. And then, it's just a rising tide, right? It just pulls up all ships. So let's have a look at the Hive price to see how that's coping with all of this.
It's about 18 cents.
Yeah, I'm seeing 20 cents. We're back up
nice.
over 20 cents.
Nice.
So that's on CoinGecko, and it's 4.5% up in the last 24 hours, and just a nice green from your perspective, I guess, just up like that. So, yeah, looking good. 24 hours, 7 days, 3 months.
I've noticed too on the DEC screen now, it actually shows you your staked DEC for land. And it's good because it went down, because like when reviewing my assets, liabilities, and just seeing where I am in the crypto space at the moment, I'd completely forgotten about my staked DEC on land. So that's a lot more additional value that I've got that I'd completely forgotten about. So I'm glad they've added that to the DEC screen now. You can actually see, oh wow, I've actually got a lot of DEC. It's just being staked. Completely forgotten about it. Yeah, so that was a good move as well.
Yeah, it's easy when you're looking at, you say, oh, my account value used to be this 3 years ago and now it's only this. Well, yeah, but are you counting everything? If you have seen fit to move a whole lot of stuff into land, well, yeah, no, that's a good pickup.
And one thing also, when I was in Colombia staying with Eco Instant, and he got me onto the whole D-City thing, I'm actually ranked 260 at the moment out of everyone in D-City, with using his advice to structure my city. So got some money coming in there. And he also got me onto BXT, which is the coin of BSwap. And I remember at the time, I bought $20 worth of BXT because they pay a dividends like daily. And okay, in my case, with it's 0.05 of a hive. So, it's not sheep stations or anything like that, but it's a passive income type thing. 0.05. And he did mention at the time that it goes through periods where it really, it peaks and it drops again. And he said, keep an eye on that for buying and selling. And I noticed a couple of days ago, or 3-4 days ago, that my BXT is actually worth $60, and I only bought $20. So I've tripled my money on that. So I thought, okay, this is, so I've put in the unstake on that. And when it unstakes, what I'm going to do is buy SPS with that. But literally 2-3 days after I click the unstake button, it's dropped from 60 back down to 22. So I'll see the unstaking period through. It might sort of do that again. Or, it's only 0.05 of a hive a day, so no problem leaving it unstaked for a while. If it's going to be jumping that much in value, sell it now, and then when it's back down to 20 again, buy another $20 worth then. So something to keep an eye on. Especially if we are. A lot of the guests we've had on Dijota last week as well. People are confident that we're getting close to the end of this bear, and 2025 could be it. And Gio, from where I was living in Melbourne, my Palestinian landlord there, Adam, he kept saying 2025, and I was saying, no, 24, it's 24. but a bit of cognitive bias there because of me moving him. I wanted it to be 24, but yeah, I think because he did quite well with picking the tops and bottoms, just randomly with the crypto market, and yeah, so I think it's time to start preparing what assets to buy now while they're low, if we're coming up to the end of this bear. And for me,
It's been a long one.
For me, it was a no-brainer with like sell my BXT, buy SBS. This is the bottom, hopefully.
Yeah, it's been an alt bear for like, I don't know how long now. What, 3
years?
years? Yeah, it's been felt like forever.
I was said in Discord the other day, everybody wants to be the guy who white-knuckled the bear, but nobody wants to white-knuckle the bear. We all want to look back on that time that we hung in there, but when you're actually hanging in there, it doesn't feel like it. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's. But hey, you know what? It's part of the story we tell ourselves about ourselves. When we're tucked up in bed, hopefully surrounded by grandchildren, and we're about to kick off this mortal coil. What can I tell myself about me and my actions and my motivations and what I achieved and what I succeeded in? And I think this is a good thing that we're doing. I think it's an intrinsically good thing that we're doing because it's helping free people financially from all sorts of different cages that they're stuck in. And I think it's a good thing for the future of humanity, what we're doing here. It's not just nerds playing a video game. This is important stuff. And if me sitting there and watching my on paper holdings go from $5 million down to $500,000 is going to help that, then so be it, right? I wasn't going to sell at 5 and I'm not going to sell at half, and I wouldn't sell at 50 grand if it dropped enough. It doesn't matter because I'm here for the financial freedom for the world, not, hey, let's cash out as soon as we can. And if this process means that the people who are looking to cash out hand over fist in the short term all get shaken out, and then the diamond hands are the only ones who are left with the assets, and this is an environment that pays you for holding assets and seeing the future, and they're assets that are actually assets, not something that's just taxed an insane amount when you go to sell or when you go to buy or when you go to I'm thinking of our house, right? Yeah, okay, it's gone up in value, but that's just the dollar going down. And then the council puts up their rates, right? And it's like, is this my house or am I renting it from the council? So exactly. Assets that you actually own, and when the rest of the world isn't giving that to people, and we are, that's something that I think we should support. This is the crypto space in general. People say, "Oh, the prices, it's scams," and it's all of that, right? You got to pick your environment, but this is the only asset that you can actually hold that's everywhere, right? You can hold a gold bar in your hand, but if you don't get permission to take it across their border, well, you don't get permission to take it across their border, right? That's too bad. It's not yours. So as far as assets go, that can be everywhere and are genuinely yours. In the purest sense, you can store them in your own head. You can literally destroy every copy of the keys except the ones in your head. And then obviously you'd want to make sure you'd really, really committed it to memory. But you can actually own assets that are everywhere, but it can't be taken from you except under extreme duress or whatever. So I just feel like supporting this environment is an absolute no-brainer, regardless of price fluctuation. And as more people understand that and realize that, we're going to grow anyway. So it's just about patience.
Yeah, and you brought up a key point. The people that are standing on the box yelling out "scam, scam, scam," they're in the biggest scam of the lot with the fiat currency system, and as selling the pros of real estate. Oh, but my property has gone up this much, and as you mentioned, no, it's just the dollar has gone down. Your property hasn't gone up in value. The dollar is worth less. That's why. But yeah, spinning them around, to look from the other angle. There's got to reach at some point a critical mass on that where people realize, and then that's when we win big time. We've just got to reach
It
that
really
critical mass.
it all comes down to ownership. We had Tickle versus Giggle was resolved. Well, I think she's going to appeal, but it was, you know, resolved in favour of the trans guy just yesterday. That ruling came out. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the long and the short is
that.
About. Yeah, so a woman in Australia made an app just for women, just a social app for women, and a trans woman, I guess a man who dresses up as a woman, he joined, and the AI that looks at your face said, "Oh no, this is a man," and booted him, and so he sued, and he just won.
Right.
Oh,
so
what?
he's
No.
sued here in Australia and just won. So the app has to pay his. It's like $10,000 and costs. So it was like second degree discrimination. He tried for first and second degree, but he only found guilty on second. And I think she's likely to appeal. So it's all over Twitter, and I think it comes down to not what is a man or what is a woman, but I think really it comes down to private property rights. Who owns the app, and what power do they have to make the rules that decide who can and can't be on their app? That really is what it comes down to, and that's where ownership of assets really becomes apparent. Because if the government's making decisions for you about who can join your app, then you're not making those decisions, and then you own it less. It's like ownership's on a spectrum, right? We talk about decentralization being on a spectrum, but ownership's on a spectrum too. From the government owns this entirely, but there's a piece of paper in an office somewhere that says that I own it, all the way through to, no, this is actually mine and nobody can take it from me, and I decide everything. So I decide when one of my flesh golems goes into battle because I bought them, they're mine. And you try battling with one of my flesh golems without my permission. No one can do it. Donald Trump can't do it. Kamala Harris can't do it. Right? Anthony Albanese can't do it. Kamala Harris, just talking about assets too. She's apparently there's a Democrat position going around 25% gain on unrealized capital gains, 25% tax on unrealized capital gains.
What does that mean?
So normally you buy an asset, you hold it. When you sell it, you owe the government a chunk of whatever increase in fiat it's had. It's not really profit if it's only an increase in fiat. But say you buy a house for 50 grand in 1980, and then you sell it for 500 grand now, then the government will say you owe us this much in because it's gone up from 50 to 500. But if it was priced in gold, it would be 10 kilos of gold in 1980 and 10 kilos of gold now. You haven't actually, the house hasn't increased in value. So they're claiming that because they've devalued the money so much in the interim that you now have experienced some increase in value. But really, you started with a house, you ended with a house. It was worth 10 kilos of gold. It's still worth 10 kilos of gold. That's what you bought it for. That's what you sold it for. But because they've got this silly fiat layer over the top of that, they can hide all these things from people who don't understand. So what she said is, if the value of your asset goes up in that financial year, you owe us even if you haven't sold it. So imagine getting a bill every year for the increase in the value of your house as a capital gains tax in installments, just because the housing market is really good right now and you haven't even sold. Now, if the value of things goes down, you can't claim against unrealized capital losses.
Of course not.
No. So it's ridiculous. And anyone who understands economics and finance is saying this is just insane. Like, capital gains has always been based on when you sold, right? You bought here, you sold here. Whatever happens in the interim doesn't matter. It's the only taxable event is when you bought, when you sold. What happened in the middle doesn't matter. Whereas they're saying, effectively, if it goes up, even if you didn't sell, you still have that wealth, even though you didn't turn it into money. Now, all of this, I honestly think it's probably a good thing for crypto, and it's just the accelerationist in me says, sure, play your stupid games.
A danger there, the slippery slope. Now, you want to introduce a new law. It's to protect the children. Think about the children. And then once it's passed, then they expand the definition, and all of a sudden everyone's guilty of whatever they introduced initially. So if people accept this with the fiat scam, imagine with the volatility of the crypto market if they tried to do that with your crypto holdings.
Yeah, but then that just pushes people from Bitcoin ETFs over to personally held Monero, right? Yeah. Like it's just we'll embrace as much privacy as we have to. to avoid that scrutiny, that gaze. But there's a lot of people in the regular fiat world who look at policies like this and just say, "Wow, no, this is ridiculous. I need to look at alternatives," and that's when they start getting interested in crypto. So things like that, if they were to get up, and it's ridiculous, there's no way it's going there. It's no way it's going to get up. But if it was to get up, that would push a lot of people out of the States, and some of those people would land in crypto, and many would land in other countries around the world and take their wealth with them. So it's possible the rest of the world might be okay with it. But like you said, bracket creep, where they start off small and say, "Oh, this is just for," and this is what they're saying, it's only if you have more than $100 million worth of assets, then you owe us that. So don't worry, you guys don't have to worry about it. It's only the very, very wealthy we're going after, and they're being
just
sneaky.
like income tax. It's only the very, very wealthy that pay the income tax. Yeah.
And then your grandchildren are like, this is ridiculous. And so I always thought it was funny that I've got my flesh golems, and I could buy the price right up. And there were times where I thought I could literally spend $1,000 on flesh golems now, buy up everything that's not $100 or more, and then have $10 million worth of flesh golems, right? Like that, I could literally have that on paper. But imagine if this was the case. Now I've just gone and done this, and they say, "Oh, by the way, you owe us $2.5 million." It's like, if I started selling them, if I start selling them,
you would have to pay the tax.
Exactly. And this is where it wouldn't go up, because then it would be, well, whoever reports first has to sell, and then that sell pressure pushes down the value of mine. So then I'm not actually worried about people selling, and then people trying to sell before that happens, to avoid it's just a whole minefield. You look at someone like Elon Musk, who's got $500 million, say, or say $1 billion worth of his own shares. Well, if he's got to sell a lot of those, and people know that this sell event is coming up where everyone's got to sell to pay their taxes, that's just going to murder the price, and nothing ever goes up, unless it's an asset that can't be tracked by the government. So again, the accelerationist in me just says, "Yeah, sure, play stupid games. Let's do it. Let's you do this thing, and you'll just speed up the collapse of your own empire."
Yeah, I mean, imagine if you got slugged with that when SPS was $1, and you got to pay all of that money, and now it's 0.7 of a cent. And I said you can't claim losses. It's only like
no,
and you had Sorry, go on, Jeff.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like they're forcing you to back a dying. Like a dying fiat, like a currency. Like, imagine if they're forcing you to buy something that's going to fail eventually. Why would you ever want to really move anything into that, or back it in that way, or even support it? Like, yeah, it's almost like they're trying to wreck as many people as they can before they shift over to whatever's next. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, it's like a poker game. You're all sitting around the table. All of a sudden, bang! The front door gets smashed in. All the police, everyone just starts grabbing the chips on the table. You're like, that's what's going on in the fiat world with the rich at the moment. Yeah.
And that's why they're making these mundane rules and laws. That's why they're trying to. Well, they can't stop crypto, but they try. They try to make it more difficult to move, to bring in, to cash out. And all that. So.
Yep. They'll burn a city to the ground just to rule over the ashes. Is the saying? Then they don't mind. They'll destroy everything. But they're acting like we don't have an alternative, and we do. And that's why they're panicking and making these stupid mistakes. So now that we have alternatives, and we have Bitcoin and a whole lot of alts and different projects that really do have legs. Now that we have options, we can say, well, that's fine, but you're going to burn the city to the ground. Go for it. I can't stop you, and I'm not going to die fighting you while you do that, because most people in the city are begging you to play with matches. I'm going to build my house out of granite, right? And then when all the wooden houses burn up, I'll be one of the few people with a house made of granite.
Little piggy, let me in.
Exactly.
And you're right. Actually, the inflation problem in the fiat world can actually be solved by just bringing it into crypto. Support all these projects with the inflated cash, pump things up there. At least they have a cap, or most of them. I know some are rugs and whatever else, but if you're backing at least the main ones, pretty good bet that you'll help. So every time you bring money into here, you're actually solving the inflation problem.
That's right. Yeah, crypto's a black hole that all the fiats will eventually just get sucked into and destroyed because it's its nature. It's beautiful to see. Someone said the other day that Bitcoin has no top because crypto has no bottom. Bitcoin has no top because fiat has no bottom, and it's really true. Like you look at Zimbabwe, you got the $100 trillion note, right? So if fiat can go to almost zero, then Bitcoin can go to almost infinite. There's
Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
And you can always evade that ever reaching zero by that $100 trillion note. It's like, if you go back to like 2 decimal points 50 years ago, we've bottomed out already on fiat. We've already bottomed out. It's just the illusion of their inflation.
Just add another zero. Just add another zero.
Yeah.
Just add another zero.
Well, I was around at my folks' place the other day, and Mum had a video on from a trip to Ireland that she took in '91, and there were ad breaks on this VHS tape, and my kids are seeing the Hungry Jack's deals for a Whopper and the fries and a Coke and a sundae, and they're looking at it going, "Hang on, you got all that for like $3?"
Yeah.
In 1991. It's like, yeah, sure, yeah, $1 pancakes and all of that.
Yeah,
like,
why not?
Yeah, it's incredible.
When I was in high school, I used to get 80 cents lunch money, and I would buy like a meat pie and a chocolate milk.
I literally give Ava $5 for that now, and she probably couldn't even get that.
Yeah, and during one of the business anthropology units I did at UWA, my own personal research that I was doing towards this unit, I downloaded a bunch of old black and white shows like Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie, prime time stuff from 50, 60 years ago, not for the entertainment value of the show, but for the fact that it was a time stamp of society at the time. And lots of things, like they go into a coffee shop and there's the menu on the wall, and it's like 1 cent, 2 cents, 5 cents, and even just the role, like for example, Bewitched especially, like Darren's some corporate executive advertising, Samantha is the loyal little housewife that cooks and makes everything for the clients when they come over, and just the roles there. Or something
dynamic.
Shocking happens and when we go, and they faint. I mean, the reason that says that's how women were then. Like, this is a timestamp of society. Like, but we've changed so much.
That was a social engineering at the time. To portray women as just,
well, it's like diamonds. I don't know if you know the story of diamonds, but the reason that diamonds got their value initially during the marketing stages, when they're asking women about women didn't care about diamonds. It was like, I'd rather have a vacuum cleaner. I'd rather have some house appliance to make my housework easy. I don't want diamonds. So then they changed their marketing strategy to the men and told the men that women love diamonds. And that's what created the market there in the diamonds, was convincing men that women want them. Even with the women, an initial reaching out was like they didn't want them. Yeah.
Because aren't diamonds like
Perception.
not even really that rare?
They're not. There's warehouses and warehouses, with Cecil Rhodes and whatever. Like, if they were to release all the diamonds onto the market, they would be worthless. It's just the perception, the illusion of scarcity. Like everything in our society, the illusion of scarcity.
Control the supply, unless your fiat just keep printing into infinity and still control the supply, or the value, the perceived value.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Maintain the illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anything Splinterlands related that anyone's got to share?
Well, it's all Splinterlands related, right? It is.
It is.
It is all Splinterlands related.
Yeah.
This is why we're here. We wouldn't be, if we lived in a society where we were free and where we could actually own things and not be incessantly bullied and all of that, then I'll be honest, I probably wouldn't be that interested in a nerd trading card game, right? I'd wish the project well, but I wouldn't be knee deep in it like I am, because the world wouldn't need it so much. But yeah, so yeah, Splinterlands. I've been reflecting a lot just on the new rewards cards. I said last week I'm just going to buy the legendaries, but man, that gets expensive quick as far as glint goes.
You've sold me on that, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's my strategy with the new rebellions. Is I'm only going to all of my glint. I'm only buying legendaries until I max out legendaries. Then I'll go to the epics. Going doing the complete opposite of what I did with the last reward soulbounds.
The problem is it gets expensive so quick. Like like tier 3 is already like 7,500 glint.
I'm not going past tier 1, batch 1. I'm not going past batch 1 because what 35,000 is it a card?
Yeah.
I'm not getting that much glint each season to go beyond that anyway. But in the case where I do, I'll just wait until the following season. I'm not spending beyond batch 1.
The problem I'm facing is even with batch 1 and batch 2 bought up, I'm making enough glint that because I make sometimes 2,000 a match, so I'm making enough glint that I'm effectively concerned that I'm just going to end up stockpiling glint, where I bought up the first 2 tranches every season, and then what do I do with my increasing stockpile of glint? So I'm thinking maybe merits, maybe I push harder on Gladius cases. I'm really not sure, but it's not the open and cut thing it was, because I didn't realize how sharp they spike up in those that
It's expensive,
rounds
man.
3. It gets crazy, right? And
I've just made sure to get
on
1 batch of everything. First batch of everything that's available, and don't push it anymore.
Are you getting that much glint to do that, Gio?
No, I couldn't keep it up for like until the end of time, but I have I think I'll be able to do it maybe for 5 seasons. I'll be able to probably get everything.
Because you've still got stockpile from the Chaos Legion that you sold or burned.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and everyone else should if they are burning to get these new soulbounds.
Mm-hmm. Did you catch last week's episode with Deota?
I didn't.
We looked a lot at the value, like for max, like if you've got 2 or 3 BCX that you need or something, and the actual value to buy it off the market, and then combine it with what you've got, and it gets super expensive super quick.
That's why I've left my last 2 legendaries that I don't need, but I could get to max out, but I'm not touching them. It's like I don't care. Like I'm happy with Izzy and the other one at level 3. I'm moving on to the new set.
My OCD couldn't deal with that.
I know I could because I'm not looking at it as like is it maxed out or not? I'm looking at it from, is it effective still or not? Still effective.
And I noticed too, this brawl, you actually you put your name down for diamond rather than gold.
Yeah, as I was saying, I've been doing for diamond for like the last 10 brawls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not new. It's not new.
All right.
Because at the time, George was like, "Oh, we need people to field diamond brawls," but now I feel like there's less people brawling in that gold. Like there's a lot of spaces in gold, so maybe I should move back.
Well, you've got the deck for diamond, so I guess if other people don't, then you're probably better grabbing diamond.
But I also have the deck for gold as well.
Well, if you've got diamond, then you've got gold. But people who can do gold can't necessarily do diamond.
Yeah. But there are some cards that I have that are limited to gold level 2.
Oh, okay. I thought you maxed your Chaos Legions.
The Chaos Legion's maxed, but there's still like Rift Watchers that that I haven't maxed out. So gold isn't, it's not off the menu. It's something that I could still participate in.
Yeah, I definitely need to get some more Rift Watchers. I want to max my Corsair Bosun, for example, but he's still usable at level 2.
I know.
In gold.
I know.
He's so good, but I do want to max him out.
It's not gonna. It can't get any cheaper than what it's at. Like it's unreal. Like how cheap that set is right now.
Yeah. My little border run to Guatemala and back when I realised the day before my expiry date, I've paid top dollar for my flights. Yeah, I'm sort of back to zero again.
I get it.
Got to start saving up for the next border run.
Yeah.
Although I will plan the next one better. Like the second time around, it'll be better planned. Hopefully, won't have to spend as much as I did for the last one.
You have to set up like notifications for yourself.
I just had the when you get a date stuck in your head and you don't question where it came from, you just accept it as fact. And it was just pure luck that I just had just a funny feeling. I checked my passport the day before and saw the stamp. And the reason I had the 5th stuck in my head was because I arrived on the 5th. But the tourist card is only 180 days. So
a tourist card?
Yeah, that's what they call it. No, they used to get a card, a tourist card, but now they just write the date on the passport stamp. But so it's not a visa or anything like that. But yeah, 6 months is the maximum stay, and they used to issue you a tourist card, but now they don't do it anymore. They just write the date on your passport, but people still refer to it as a tourist card.
Okay. Yeah.
So is this life now, Bob? Like, will you get to a point where you don't need to do this anymore? Are you going to apply for permanent residency or citizenship, or what?
Yeah, how's it work?
What's going on there?
There's a few options. All of them cost money. But one of the cheapest ways around it is like a 4-year temporary residency. And the qualification, the amount of money you pay and so forth varies from state to state. So when I get my super next year, it's something I'll look into. But right now, it's just not something. And plus, I'm going to be, I might travel for a year.
Exactly. Why would you
want to get my super? So
yeah,
no need to sort of give that higher priority at the moment. And it was still relatively easy. Admittedly, it was only my second time back in, and like he asked me, what am I do? What's the reason for my stay? And I started talking, and he just cut me off, and he says, "For tourism." I said, "Yes."
Oh.
Stamp, no problem.
So
it was
he
easy
even
enough.
edged you on. Yeah. He's like, just leave, just stop blabbing, move along.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't need your reasons. Like,
tourism. Yes, see. Yeah, good.
So that's what you say, always for tourism.
Yeah. So, yeah, but apparently it does. If you start the 5th or 6th time, it does sort of that have been known occasionally to ask for records to make sure you're not illegally earning money in Mexico, or you can support yourself. But it's pretty rare even on that from what my understanding is. But I was just a little bit nervous, apprehensive, bit of anxiety because it was my first time, But yeah, it was easy enough. Yeah. All right, so shall I do my weekly stuff? Actually, my land is going to be a couple of days behind because we're a couple of we've been running late with our episodes as far as Fridays go. So it's not going to be a full week yet for land, but now we're getting back into sync again with what we used to do. Okay, 6 days, that's not so bad, but next week we'll be back on track again. So let's have a look, see if I can get myself some totem fragments. Still chasing that elusive legendary totem fragment. That might actually max my Corsair Bosun for me. All right, nothing there. And nothing there. Actually, is there a way, Matt, you'd probably know, or either of you guys would probably know, in Peak Monsters or something, to see what my total grain is? I actually have no idea.
Yeah, it's definitely an option.
Oh, no totem fragments. Okay. Yep.
So what you want to do is all your land just in one region?
No, 3 regions.
Okay. Yeah, I think you just have to look up each region separately then and add them together.
All right. No worries.
I don't think there's any one spot. There is a quick way to drop between them that's probably worth looking at.
Yeah.
To swap between them and look them up one at a time. I'll step you through that in a sec.
All right. Is that on Peak Monsters or on SPL?
No, just in SPL. Yeah.
All
I
right.
haven't seen a lot of visibility regarding grain on Peak Monsters. Admittedly, I haven't gone really heavily looking for it. But,
Yeah. Nor have I. It just occurred to me then. It's like I actually have no idea how much grain I've got.
There's my girl.
And now that you've got your core where it needs to be, there's nothing to rub in your face.
No, there's nothing that we
well,
have over you.
There's nothing there to rub in my face, really. I mean, what do you
No.
got? A few rares. Didn't even get an epic, so.
A couple of Catrobas and a gold foil.
Yeah, I'm
And a
at
Katie.
peace now with the Gladiuses. I'm kind of, I get what I get, and I open them, and I just throw them on the pile, and occasionally I'll be able to take one to the next level. But I'm okay with it now. I'm back to peaceful. Quora is just so good with immunity.
Yeah.
It answers so many questions and problems. So many times, Llama Golem has been afflicted or crippled or something like that, and Quora just doesn't have any of that to worry about because she has immunity too. So,
And
so
I'm not going to spend any glint this week because like that's only going to get me 2 cards. So I'll wait till it's a little bit more exciting before I spend my glint.
Go to your land tab. So yeah, next to the Soulkeep S, yeah, and then go. Is it Trade Hub? And then go Markets instead of Swap. Go to Markets up the top, and then Manage on the right. And now you can have a look. So there's see the grain drop down there on the right. You can actually pick which region, and it will show you how much grain you have in that region. So if you, yeah, it should show you how much grain you have.
585.
And then you just change regions and read off the next. So that's telling you how much grain you have in each of that. It's a quick way if you have a lot of different holdings in different spots. Yeah. This is where you manage your DEC grain liquidity pool holdings. So then you can just click max and then throw that grain into the liquidity pool along with the equal amount of DEC.
Yeah, so it's just over 1 million then.
Nice.
Combined. Yeah.
Very nice. I mean, they're not the same because regions where you desperately need grain and don't have it, you would need to lose 15% sending it across to yourself to the other region.
That's for me, Kithton. So I've still got plenty there at the moment because when I send it across, I usually do it in a big chunk from my grain because Kithton is just research. So from my other one that's got multiple grains on it, I send across like big chunks at a time.
Yeah. So I will. What I do is I make sure that my grain production is obviously higher than, and you can step Mary Emily through it the other day, that my grain is higher, my production is higher than my requirements, and then every now and then I'll just do a harvest, and then I know that any leftover grain that I have, I can throw at the liquidity pool. I'll swap out roughly half of its value for DEC, and then just put them all in the pool and sort of increase my position there. I think I'm about 1/3 of 1% of the.
So
grain
using
DEC.
Using the liquidity pools, if you whack a load of grain in, you need to whack in an equal value of DC with it, don't you?
Yeah. So when you add or remove, you take add or take equally in both assets, both tokens.
Yeah. Anyone else got anything they want to spend, share, open, do, harvest?
Not particularly.
All right.
Maybe.
Anyone else got anything to share then, or should we do some battling?
We could definitely do some battling. I could
I'll
see
check
that
how
happening.
much merits I have. Maybe I can open a few packs. I'm not
All
sure.
right.
Wait, how do I do it?
Yeah, my
again?
screen share's still not happening. I've got 6 epic totem fragments to put together into one epic totem, but I can't screen share. So
Yeah. Just go to shop and then go to guild.
Shop. Okay. Yeah. So shop and guild. Oh yeah, easier. Cool. Ah, I got a few merits. Let's use that. Yeah, all right. I got 19 packs to open.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I had
That's where are you getting all the merits from? From ultimate chests or just from...
yeah, ultimate chest, brawls. I'll just save it up a little bit now.
Mhm.
When was it actually 2 weeks or a week ago opened up like nearly over 50 packs or something?
Wow.
Hmm.
And you didn't do that on the show.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't on. I was like, I couldn't wait anymore. So
All right. Well, let's have a look at 19 chaos Gladius packs then.
yeah, let's do it. Gotta share right here. See that?
Yep.
Cool, cool. All right, let's open them all.
any you're hoping for?
No.
But once
Just
you
another day
got
at the
Cora
office.
to level 3, it's like
Yeah.
it's happy with whatever you get.
Yeah. I mean, legendaries would be nice.
That neutral legendary, when it's all neutrals, she's very handy when the rule set is neutrals only. I can't think of her name. Dual attack type. The
Oh,
only
you got 2
neutral gladiator.
legendaries.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, cool.
Nice.
There she is. There
I'm
she
happy
is.
with it.
That's when you're
Yeah,
talking
Tatiana
about.
Blade, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, nice.
And
I'm happy with
Finavoxum's
that.
really good too. She's quality, Finavoxum.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that. That's the Glad opening.
All right.
Glad.
So since you've been away, Gio, do you want to go first? Pick your opponent.
I will send one to Matt. Let's do it. And gladiator cards. Sent.
You didn't want to start with the win? You're going to send to me instead? Okay, that's fine. Decisions we make.
Doesn't bother me. Let's start with the formidable opponent.
Yeah, like eating your broccoli first and then moving on to the
good stuff.
I actually like broccoli. I really do.
It is all right.
You just got to steam it, not boil it, and just only lightly so it's still crunchy. Yeah, I really like broccoli.
We got 23 mana. It's no heal, amplify, and we can't use fire or death.
So we're going to go with some Thorn Tanks for amplify. Actually, what do you automatically try and maximize on with amplify? Like reflect, thorns, like.
There's a lot of options. That's a lot of options.
Yeah, with amplify, like if the elements are available, I like to usually lead with my Cursed Wind Echo or my Jin Chihuahua. To get some thorns going.
Yeah, get some thorns action, or Sea Dragon's good for that too. Sea Monster?
Sea Monster?
Yeah, Sea Monster's good.
Yeah,
I don't think my Sea Monster has thorns. It's another
level him up.
Yeah, and it's a card I do use a lot. Even with as low as it is, it's still a good card. So
yeah. Well, if you've got Persibolus, right?
Yes.
So you put Sea Monster in second position where he can attack. He hits hard. and then hopefully you've done enough damage that his self-heal will see you through the rest of the match by the time he hits the front.
I don't know what to choose.
I thought you'd pulling up the actual match, but you're still stuck on the decision. I was about to start talking about my team.
Oh no, I'm not done yet.
What I played and why.
Where is my sea
You got
monster? What's going?
37 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, I'll choose.
Yeah, he's a common. He's one of the old school rewards.
Where is he? S for sea monster. Water. I've got nothing selected.
Yeah. All right,
I'll have a look shortly because so Geo can share screen. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, just do this. I'm not confident, but let's do it.
So anytime I see Amplify, I go straight to Lobstradamus.
Okay.
That combination of Magic Reflect and Thorns and Shield just covers so many bases.
Does. I've got to bring up the thing, don't I?
Rule set.
Okay, so it's just Amplify and no heal.
Assuming Magic in the first position is actually good when you've got, because obviously the Pelacor there with the 5 is really hard to hit if you go with a conventional melee tank. So that's actually clever, putting a Magic he's not going to miss.
I assumed he'd be looking at Thorns for first position, like you mentioned, which is why I didn't want to put a melee guy up there to comp that damage. Geo's more looked at attack, like offense, and gone with a lot of ranged. But I don't know if he's going to have enough range damage to punch through. Vraz getting killed by one of my Magic Blast guys is a risk. Hopefully, it's my legendary. It's my gladiator, and they get bloodlust from it. But
yeah, and no one's got any shields
Captain
either.
Captain Katie's going to do too much damage to my ruler of the seas. I think too early. Sorry, Bob.
No one's got any shields, any armor.
No, that's
so
true.
Those range cards will do some damage.
Yeah, but Lobstradamus has shield, so he takes less melee and range
strike
damage
as well with the Arbalist.
Yeah, but you also got Torrent Fiend, which is headwinds with headwinds.
Oh yeah. Well, he'll be the second card to go.
Maybe not. Maybe not
Captain
though.
Katie's snipe.
Because like Vraz is going to be destroyed by blast. That's the only downside to this.
Okay.
But then Captain Katie will start attacking my heavy hitters, my damage dealers.
Yeah.
But she herself will be in the blast radius. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to give it to you, Geo, just because.
I think Geo's got this.
I don't know, man. It depends.
But you look at his girl at the end there, right? With headwinds now, she's down to 1 damage. That's not going to hurt Lobstradamus at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I needed. A miss. That's what I needed. A miss. Yeah.
Vraz is going to take him out. Yep, there you go. There goes the headwinds. Gone.
Yeah. But she's still only hitting for 1 by the time you take out the shield.
True.
Yeah, Lobstradamus is gone. Nothing's healing him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I needed. Yeah.
Yeah. No, well done, Geo. Good work.
Cool. No.
Yeah, nothing's healing him because there's no heal, right? So there's only so much you can do in a no heal match. It's really just about not getting hit, and that's where the Pelacor Conjurer was instrumental.
Yeah. All right.
Well done,
now
Gio.
I can send a challenge to. Thank you, Bob. Okay. We have Equalizer, Fog of War,
And
have odd
odds.
ones out.
And 40 mana to spend.
Oh, damn. Odd ones out too. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Well, that makes it a little bit difficult. Oh, no. Where's Cora?
My Coral Lurker is still level 1 as well. Cora's even, isn't she?
Yeah.
An even number? Yeah, so you won't have a Cora.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get my Coral Lurker. That's another Rift Watcher card. That's, I mean, even like, yeah, I've got it in my deck here because even at level 1, it's, you know, you can use it, but not when we're playing Diamond.
What has the ability to share attacks again? Marta? No?
Weapons training.
Weapons.
Weapons training will give an attack to a non-attack
Wait.
card.
I don't know how to spell weapon.
WEA.
WEAP.
That's what I put. Yeah. Okay. So nothing has weapons training here.
It must all
Okay.
be even numbers.
Weapons
like
training
Marta.
should still
Most
come up in the
Martas
drop
are
down.
Yeah.
It should still come up in the drop down, even if there's no
Ah.
cards. Like when you type in weapons training, it should, yeah.
Oh yeah. There's nothing. Yeah. Oh man. I've got to choose. I've got 30
Yeah.
seconds.
30 seconds, yeah.
Damn. Okay. Just,
You're sharing screen, by the way, Gio. I've just not. I was on my screen, so I didn't notice. I've just come back to Zoom, and you're sharing screen. So I should have had a look before I submitted my team. Should have had a quick peek.
Well, he still hadn't decided what he was going to play, so
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're on Cispa because you're expecting me to go magic, I guess, with no sneak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me just bring it up. Since I'm already sharing, is this a good view angle, like a good closeness? Yeah.
Yeah.
Close up. Guess we could just play, or we're going to talk about it. What do you
Yes, let's
reckon?
talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. Oh no. Okay. Oh, do you have anything else with that strips my? No, you haven't. You've put
I've
that
gone
up
silence because I also was expecting you to go magic heavy with no sneak, but you've actually gone ranged heavy, and I got no tailwinds. So
headwinds.
Headwinds, yeah.
Tailwinds would help. It'd give arrows more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got a taunt though, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
slip spawn, but you're not going to hit her hard enough to trigger force field. But I think Geo's going to have it just because so much of your attack, Bob, is focused on shattering his shields and absorbing magic damage, and he's not really doing that. That ranged is going to hurt you too much.
Yeah, I was just expecting a lot of magic because of no sneak. So
let's just play.
Yeah,
because this could take a little while too.
Because equal health, yeah.
Your 3 mana, that guy that just fired up the back there, he's only 1 speed, but with camouflage, He's so good in these
Yeah.
equalizer matches because he just sits up the back, just lobbing in magic damage over and over again.
And that's why I put my taunt in the second last, because he's got the camouflage anyway. Oh, what? Miss?
This Thispa, that summoner just gives you so much. Yeah.
Oh, it's dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you
right.
got resurrect. And heal. Wow. Oh, another miss.
Another miss.
Oh, well. So Svispa, no, sorry, that Constantia bring it back to life, which helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that can absorb another 3 or 4 hits if they're misses, right? Like if you got something fast up there that's got resurrected, still only has 1 life, but it's gonna take another several goes before it gets hit. Yeah, it's all over, guys.
Yeah.
Well done, Geo.
Yeah, Cispa was a good call.
She's
I
just a
don't
good card.
have one. I don't have one.
She's just a good card, man.
Immortalis was a great choice for the rule set, though, Bob, because it would have made a lot of sense for him to go heavy armor and heavy magic.
Yeah.
So it's just he went heavy life and heavy ranged rather than and a whole lot of dodge.
Yeah, he anticipated my play quite well.
We are very predictable. Geo's he's got our number, don't you, Geo?
Oh, you think I planned that? No, 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 not at all. All right, Matt.
All right, so I'll send Matt a challenge.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I already okay. Cancel and stop sharing. Yes. Go ahead.
Geo, if you could share Bob's screen, that'd help me a lot. I'm shameless. I'd take the win any way I could get it.
I guess what's kind of cool is that when I'm sharing screen, if people make it up to this part, they get to see me choosing something. So,
and because I'm too busy looking at my screen picking my cards, I can't see
you only
what
have
you're
one
doing
screen.
anyway.
You only have one screen, so I'm not even you, Matt. That's why I'm not phased, because then you would have to control Alt Tab. Yeah, Alt Tab it. It's like
So we've got very similar rule set going on here. We've got Fog of War again, Odd Ones Out, and Equalizer.
Health, no sneak. That was the last one as well.
43 mana. We don't have water and we don't have earth, but everything else is available. $43 mana is a lot.
All right, my team's in.
As is mine. Good luck, sir, on the field of battle.
Oh,
Hey.
it's interesting. Okay, Barbarian. I got an Uriel.
Holy moly! Look at that.
Well, after we're talking about Immortalis and Shatter, and then we've both seen that Earth isn't available, so we're like, yeah, okay, cool. I'll go heavy shields.
Yeah.
Oh, that
we've both gone with the reach to hit hard. Yeah, it was some similar thinking, but I got the taunt up the back there to protect my Uriel.
It's going to go very fast, though. Very quick.
Yeah,
Hopefully
I've
I can
done the
get some
weapons training
stunning.
thing. Pulled out
Yeah.
my
The double
Evelyn and my
heal.
truth speaker.
Yeah. Quite
Yeah, she doesn't
often,
normally
though,
have range, but
exactly.
I think this is mine, Bob.
Yeah. I'm just scared
I
of
don't-
that guy at the front. He's so deadly. Berserker, whatever
Bob's
his
guy.
name.
No, the
No,
barbarian.
yeah,
Oh
Barbarian
yeah,
Dry Bone. Yeah, he's a brute, and you're healing him twice, and
And he's retaliating, although he's only, Uriel's only attacking every second turn.
inspire
yeah.
2 inspires.
2 tank
Kind of,
heals.
it kind of feels like Marisol, your gladiator, is maybe going to cop some damage from retaliate before they get to the front as well. Like that, I think might be a thing. So it's not so much worrying about your front line having damage from the ranged attacks from my back row. It's more about like that when they attack and get retaliated. By the time they actually get to the front, I don't know if they're going to have much in the way of like health and armor left. I think I've got this one.
Yeah. Unless I can get some stun in. If I can get some
Mm.
stun in, that might be a bit of a saver for me.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, Iziar's boosting your Chaos Agent with his Martyr, which is, I'm not sure if that's, oh, that was brutal. And there's the Enrage. Oh, the miss though.
What? To get Uriel with one hit.
Yeah, the Enrage on that guy is just redonk.
Brutal.
Told you, man. That was.
Look at that. Wow. He loses his enrage when he gets healing, but of course, he attacked
It's
me
over.
unhealed. Yeah. Wow, that was brutal.
Yeah, yeah.
Good pick. Yeah, good pick.
He's brutal.
Thanks, mate.
So brutal.
All right.
That was a hard. That was a hard watch.
We've got
5
time enough for
minutes.
one more game, so you guys want to go?
Send me.
All right.
You going to send to me, Gio?
Yeah, I'm on it.
All right. I've got 2 here. Oh, I'll grab the one that's got 9 minutes left, not the 4 minutes left. It's still not showing as cancelled, that old one.
Yeah, I had that on the previous one as well. I picked my team and it was like, it came up, said you got an undealt with battle or something, but
I don't know if it's a problem at my end, but I've got the loading screen a lot recently. Between like I've just watched that battle and now I've gone back to the battles tab and I've just got the the teeth and the spinning.
Yeah.
I can see the challenge there, but I can't click on it yet.
Okay. How about you send to me maybe?
No, it's all right. It's just cleared up now. It does come good. It just takes a while.
Gio's click happy. He's click happy. He's already cancelled.
You already cancelled it?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, send me another one.
Just took too long. That's all. Okay, here.
4 minutes left.
Oh no. I've sent again.
Accept.
Okay.
I think that just then counts as a loss, though, doesn't it? Like, obviously, that's a win for me because you cancelled. Never mind.
I don't know. Does it?
Take what I can get. So reverse speed, fire and regret. So everyone has return fire, so that should stop you from hitting me with all those arrows. And equalizer again. We are having the equalizer episode.
We
36 mana cap. The only splinters available. Geo, it's life and death, mate. It's life and death.
Man. Yep. All right. Shit. I actually don't have too many. Okay. And it's not like a lot of mana as well to like really play with.
This is the first game we can actually sneak and snipe as well. So we've been denied sneak and snipe on the previous games.
That we have.
Oh, gee.
Wait, where's that guy who heals? No, repair. Oh no,
Scavo.
what's his? Yeah. Let's put repair.
All right, I'm in.
Or you
Yeah,
can just
I'm nearly
click on 3 for the
in.
mana. Yeah.
True, that as well. All right, let's. No, he has an attack, so this one and they all have an attack, don't they? He, I don't know who I want to go with.
We've only got 2 minutes, lads.
Okay. I might as well use a troop then. At least it can attack. No. Yeah. All right.
All right, and just press play. We'll talk as we go because
Mhm.
we're running out of time.
Why did I choose the Gladiator Summoner? I was like, I want Captain Katie, so I chose the Gladiator Summoner, but it's Gladiators already. And so then I didn't choose a second Gladiator. It's those simple mistakes, you know? I think you've got me, Geo.
Nah, maybe not. You're doing a lot of
Damage with magic.
yeah, you really
So are
are.
you, Gio. So, in fact, I think you're doing more magic damage.
I don't know.
Once Iziar's gone,
Yeah,
at the
but
moment,
I don't know who's gonna get out first. That's the
yeah,
thing.
Iziar's
Oh
gone.
no. No, not Captain Katie though. That's
Katie's
scary.
martyred. Yeah.
Oh no, Anne's thing.
That reflect is really wrecking you. Other return
Oh,
fire
no.
and
Yeah.
I wanted Captain Katie to get that kill then, though.
alrighty. So I'll post the results in a screenshot in the blog. Thanks for joining us on 137. We'll see you next week on 138. I'm Bob Fett. Peace out.
Yeah, definitely a win there, Gio. Well done, mate.
I didn't know. Oh yeah. It's good.
Yeah, it's game over.
Yeah.
See you next time, gents. Friday.
Take care.
Yeah. And
Friday.
we might
All right,
actually
let's do
get
it.
to see the end of this before the Zoom cuts us off.